1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. What up, what up, what up, what up? First of all, let's all thank Rough Trade for hosting us tonight. We just came through to show y'all some love. The new album, Wu-Tang, the Saga, continues. It's in the air. How many of y'all have that in your possession now? Me and the Lord Mathematics want to thank you sincerely for that purchase on behalf of the entire Wu-Tang clan. We're going to take a moment to get some Q&A. So I'm actually going to stand up here. You're going to ask me some questions. I'm going to give you some answers, all right? But since this is not the formal way to do it, we're going to do it like we are back in school. So if you have a question, you're going to raise your hand. I'm going to point to somebody, and you're going to ask your question. Is that cool? Yeah. All right, let's start off. First question. This guy's fast, so yeah. Go ahead, Mama. I know.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, Mama.
Why wasn't you God on this album?
The first question she asks is, why wasn't you God on this album? And I have an answer for that.
Yo, yeah.
There you go. He had a schedule. He came to the studio.
Yeah, he came to the studio. He definitely came through.
He started writing his lyric.
Yeah, we just, it's just like the schedules.
He did not record his verse.
Yeah.
And so,
scheduling.
That happens with Wu-Tang. The RZA, I'm going to go a little further now. The RZA took like 7 months to get his verse. All right? Not because he's not a master MC, but he does take his time to write his lyrics. I mean, he's one of the MCs, if you get his lyric, you got to really decipher it because it's multi-layered of information stuck within 1-2 lines. So took like, what, 7 months to get you that verse, huh?
Something like that.
Okay, so let's give you a taste of how it happens.
Yeah, but you hear it though, right?
Yeah, but you hear it.
That shit is banging.
It's fire.
Yeah.
Who's next with the question? Hands up. Hey, you ready? I love it when they're in the front. Come on.
Are we ever going to get Iron Fist 3?
Oh, he asking about the movie question. He said, are we ever going to get Man with the Iron Fist Part 3? I don't know, bro. You know what I mean? Maybe the blacksmith will put back on. That costume is hot. I got to say that. It's hot. But thanks for supporting that movie. We appreciate that. Okay, what else we got in the building? I'm going to the back right here. I see you.
What do you think about rappers these days?
Yo, what I think about rappers or MC these days, I love it, bro. Every generation got to have a voice. And those voices reflect the generation. When hip-hop first started, they were saying stuff like dip, dip, dive, socialize, clean out your ears and you open your eyes. It's like this, y'all. It's like that, y'all. And we're never gonna be whack, y'all. That's how they started. And it evolved to camouflage chameleon, ninja skill in your building. No time to grab the gun, you already got your wife and children. A hit was sick from the president to major residents because it evolves. And so this generation is also going through an evolution. It recycles back to a foundation and it evolves back up. I think one of the great MCs we have in this generation is Kendrick Lamar. Exactly. And you can watch his progress over these 5 years, just continue to get better and better and better. So that's how it goes.
I like the whole TDE crew.
Oh, the whole TDE is like off the chain.
Absol.
Oh, yeah.
And I know you girls is really feeling what SZA is doing, right? Bong, bong.
Yeah.
What about J. Cole? J. Cole? Yeah.
There we go. And I think Future is in town right now, you know what I mean? And his crew, the cool thing about Future and his crew, I don't know if you know publicly, but he's from the Dungeon family, basically. I mean, that's that same group that gave us Outkast and Goody Mob and CeeLo Green. All that energy still continues to bring us a new generation, you know what I mean? So that's what hip-hop does. It evolves. Let me get somebody else. Who else we got in the building? Right here, I got you. Bong.
You wrote a book called Power of the Wu. It's a great book.
Thank you.
Do you plan on making any more books, writing any more books?
He said, I wrote The Tower of Wu, and will I write any other books? And the answer is yes. It was very challenging for me to write that book. It's hard sometimes to talk about yourself and to reveal your private life, you know what I mean? But in the sake of me realizing as a man that what I've traveled through could potentially help another man who's on that road. You know, you got to think like some of us, especially from our community back in America, the black community, most of us are grown up without father figures. And there's nobody that gives us a path of which to tread to make it out of the projects or to make it to a better life. And we get caught up in drugs and violence and teenage pregnancy. These things, they plague our communities. So if one of us could make it to 25, that was a big deal. You know, imagine if Pac would have made it to 35, how great he would have been. Imagine if Biggie would have made it to 40, how great he would have been, you know what I mean? So I was blessed to escape that world. I was blessed to be introduced to Eastern philosophy. I was blessed to get philosophy from Jung, Kant, from the Holy Bible, from the Holy Quran, from the Bhagavad Gita. And I was blessed to live a mature life. And I put that in a book, and I appreciate you reading it. And that was my second book, which is based on wisdom. And I'm going to bring another book, which will be based on understanding. Yeah. Thanks for reading. Now let's go again. Where we at? Anybody? I'm going to go way in the back of the class. The guys in the back of the class is usually the ones throwing stuff at the teacher, making all kind of jokes and shit. But you going to have to speak up. What you got, bro? What do you say? Pass it up. Oh, the Cure is actually in a book form, so we're going to put that as part of a book. Maybe it'll be audio. Maybe I could get mathematics to come to the studio and help me out with that. Maybe, yeah. Next question, please. Bong in the middle of the class. I miss this next generation of UK artists because I was in Hollywood. I won't deny I've been making movies and shit, so I miss what was going on. I mean, I go back to the Skinny Man era, so that was in the past. Yeah. But I was fortunate enough. I've been in town for about 8 days, and I met what's the name of the group that have the 10 MCs all in one group? Section Boys, yeah. Hey, I'm feeling their energy, yo. When I went there, one guy was standing on the DJ set, doing this thing like this. The other one was eating space cake. You know what I mean? I was like, all right. This, 20-year-old energy, it reminded me of that Wu energy when you're young, youthful, adventurous. So we're going to look out, out of all the places that does hip-hop around the world, you got great hip-hop in Germany now. Kool Savage is now #1 over there. I remember he started as a young guy on the world according to RZA. You have great MCs in France, of course, that's reaching hundreds of millions of views on YouTube and things of that nature. But of all the places in the world that have the most natural ability of hip-hop, besides the Mecca of USA, is UK. You know what I mean? So UK, without even intentionally, I think, you guys produced one of the greatest hip-hop artists of all times, and that's Slick Rick. All right? So keep it up, yo. My man with the hat right here, the red hat.
What happened to Grave Diggers?
Wow, he said, what happened to the grave diggers? G to the R to the A to the V, E to the D to the I to the G, G to the A to the zigzag Z. Grave digger, nigga, 6 feet deep. Anyway, we actually lost Too Poetic in a physical form. He went back to the essence, rest in peace. It was a phase, you know what I mean? A phase that we enjoyed. To bring you another chamber of hip-hop. They called it horrorcore. But we could say, I met somebody just 1 week ago when we stopped in Berlin. Yeah, Berlin. And we met, who did we meet?
We met Too Poetic daughter.
We met the daughter of Too Poetic, the Great Reaper.
The Great Reaper.
Her name is Unique, and she's a musician. And she just signed a recent deal with Universal in Germany, and she has an album coming out next year. So some people think that, or will say that creativity is not genetic, and I know that's a big argument. What's genetic or what's nurtured? What's environment versus nurture? But she gives me the hope that talent and genetic of creativity can actually travel through the gene, because she never met her father really, and yet she's full of talent, you know what I mean? and she has this Grim Reaper thing about her and shit. You know what I mean? So it's a bong on that. All right. Let's keep it going. Right here. And please, questions for Matthew. First of all, I want to make an announcement. As you know, many times I've been the man that helmed the producing of Wu-Tang music, you know what I mean? And if you really know the Wu-Tang history, you'll hear Mathematics always had some tracks sprinkled throughout the history. But this album is the first album where I sat in the back seat, even, you could say I sat on the bench, right? And he got on the court and he scored. So if you have questions about the music of the album, please, let's get some out. Let's get them out.
Mathematics.
Yeah.
Absolute great utilisation of Redman and Saga continues. We're going to see more of that in future, do you reckon? Probably maybe a permanent or more of a...
A spot for Red?
Yeah, Redman.
But Red always got a spot with Wu-Tang, you know, that's family, that's a cousin, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
You know, he's from the Def Squad, Wu-Tang Def Squad. We've been clicking together since like 95, so it's 2017, so you'll see some more of that.
I know.
Yeah.
Hey, Allah man, speaking of Redman, right? First of all, Redman is a fucking dope MC. Do we agree?
Yeah!
He's a fucking dope entertainer. Do we agree? Yeah! But over the course of all his creativity, I really never heard Redman and Inspector Deck just do a song together, right? When they got together, they gave me this shit. Come on. Turn that shit up. Turn it up. Turn that shit up. Come on, turn that up. I love this shit. Turn it up. Mathematics Production, check this one out. Listen to this shit right here. Niggas in the streets gon' learn.
The Wu-Tang niggas don't play.
Yeah, niggas in the streets gon' learn.
Def Squad niggas don't play.
Oh yeah.
Then the streets gon' learn.
What?
Them Jersey
don't play. Niggas in the streets gon' learn. The Saga niggas don't play. I say 1, 2, 3 into the 4.
I glide like it's shit, no traction on the floor. On the 3 or 4, live action from the door. Shorty down, let the whole team smash you on the tour. I smash the bottle, fast cash aficionado, savage vandal. I'm a legend of tomorrow. Thinking the truth is proof, ain't it the truth? So ill, and spit with a
Container shoot.
slaying the booth, aim, shoot, bang, came in the roof. Hater, wouldn't last a day in my shoes. You know very well, Betty swell, you can tell he
What?
trail.
I'm white acting like the pill my study cells.
Mathematics, tracks are craftmatic. Fact, I'm black on it, black, I'm back at
Sing
it.
along. Mathematics, tracks are
Crap habit, fact, I'm black on it, black, I'm back at it.
Niggas in the streets gon' learn. The Wu-Tang niggas don't play. Niggas in the streets gon' learn. The Def Squad niggas don't play. Niggas in the streets gon' learn. The Jersey niggas don't play. Niggas in the streets gon' learn. Redman, come on nigga. Yeah.
I'm on top of the world,
Mama.
Look at here, I'm a boy beastin' in my car, Paul Revere, horsepower, never fell off. Look in the mirror when I drop something, you like Martin.
All ears.
Late night Letterman, I light it like Edison. Fly through the wire, I wrote it out of Maryland. Arrogant, yes. Tune in, my hot 9 flex, cut the check to your boy.
Nah, Greg, come on, nigga.
At my age, it's all about brand.
That's right.
Tryna be nice and 40, you can have it all.
Talk to him.
I'm trying to make his story, and his story say fuck rap, I'm the boss of the bitch for me. Throw your hands up, let's tear the bar up. So much blood, I started sweating cigar guts. And these white folks love me like a Starbucks. Fuck with one dude, you gotta fuck with all us.
Niggas in the streets gon' learn.
The Wu-Tang niggas don't
Give me some of that shit.
Niggas in the streets gon' learn. The Def Squad niggas don't play.
Bring that shit back to the top, yeah. Yeah, DJ that shit for me. DJ that shit for me. Come on, nigga, show me what you got. Yo, it's like this, man. It's like that, man. Right and exact, man. Let me check y'all niggas out. Let me check y'all niggas Wu-Tang shit. Yo, cash rules everything around me. Crib, get the money. Cash rules everything around me. Crib, get the money. He said, chill with the feedback block, we don't need that. It's 10 o'clock, oh, where the fuck? Feeling bad hostile, with an now hostile. Blowing like Christ when I speak the gospel. Smoke with the holy roll, then attack the glow with the motherfuckers, style, the ruckus, 10 times shit, they committing mad sin. We turn the other cheek and I break. We jump down like an African drum. I be coming in around the mountain when I come. Crazy flamboyant for the rap enjoyment. My plan increased like black unemployment. Yeah, another one there. Yo, put your motherfucking hands in the air. Put your hands in the air and say, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And you don't stop. I know that wasn't a question and answer, but hey, I just got into the groove of that shit. But yo, when that track, when he first made that fucking track and I heard that shit, nigga, I almost kicked a hole in the speaker. I was like, motherfucker, what the fuck? That shit is hard body.
Yeah, I challenge anybody to find that sample too. Bum, because you'll never find it.
So, next question, go ahead. Right here.
This question is directed to mathematics. I can hear, like, you know, from the tracks, I can hear, you know, some influence from Wu-Tang Forever and some of RZA's production. What would you say that, you know, Wu-Tang's, one of the albums was your biggest inspiration? What Wu-Tang album was your biggest inspiration for that piece of work?
Well, the biggest inspiration would have to be 36 Chambers. It's like before I started this project, right when I started it, I decided to cut myself off from all music. So I wasn't listening to no music, but before I did that, I had to listen to a couple of my favorite albums. So I put in, the first one I put in was 36 Chambers. I grabbed the CD. That's a round disc for those of you who don't know. It goes into the machine, you load it in. I put that in through the headphones on and I listened to it like I ain't listened to it before. It's like I really just studied the music. And then after I finished that album, I grabbed the Chronic 2001. And I threw that in, put it in a CD player. And I listened to it, zoned out. And I studied. And I took my notes. So I applied all that to what I was doing. And not listening to nothing else, but staying true to myself. Because at the end of the day, I am Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang is hip-hop. That's that ruggedness. That's that, you know what I mean? So I just stayed true to myself and brought that forth.
You know what's crazy? When you hear this record, right? Because he didn't tell me all that information. I had to learn that shit on a press junket. But actually, when you listen to the record, I could kind of hear that inspiration that you pulled. This song right here is called Frozen, and it has the Wu-Tang sound, but it has this fucking Drake clarity to it. Let me hear that shit. Yeah, I hear that shit.
Music is like blazing in the fashion of ice. Sighting in the chain snatch, it ain't in the smacking the wife. Bank supported, don't ever ask him the price. If you think you can afford it, you better ask him advice. Stick to the point, if I ever have me a night, y'all cats better hope I don't ever have me a life. Meth, not the type to do in the fight, but the type when you feel it, you know I'm doing it right. You know I spit it, but hate to love to admit it. They criticizing the lyrics, guess everybody's a critic. Look, I push the limit while rappers is pushing gimmicks. I give it to push my pen and then added them to the premise. Look, y'all, still talk about it and I still live it. Underground without a shovel, we still digging. It's always been about the struggle, y'all just didn't get it. My hood trouble if y'all don't live it and don't visit.
Most of us popping pants, selling drugs in the rain. I don't sweat money, neck children frozen. Make money, maintain and build me a train. Rolling Buddha, ice corner, gray goose in the big Buddha.
Yeah, that's my shit right there too. And you know what's so cool about this record? You know, I'm glad y'all got it in your possession. You can go home and study it yourself. But you're gonna notice this motherfucking Method Man is on a mission. Lyrically, yo. He be saying some crazy fucking simile metaphors. See, most rappers got metaphors. This motherfucker doing metaphors and similes, mixing them shit together like a fucking bag of M&Ms or some shit, you know what I mean?
Yo, he said some crazy shit.
Crazy shit.
You said that shit, it's like, he said, Oh my goodness.
It's so crazy. When you think about it, it fucking twists your brain.
The limbo shit. When you said about the limbo, because it's like he said rappers stuck in limbo, right?
No, they said in the bar low.
They said in the bar low.
Oh shit.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's hear that one. Let me yeah. This is called Time is Money, Fly Navigation. Listen to Method Man lyrics on this shit. Listen to this shit. I love that piano too. Straight transition.
I love the horn, the French horn.
Vibe with me, rhyme is tricky, who riding with me? Who kinda miss me and kinda miss me, you kinda iffy. Don't know the history, I'm from the city, they stop and frisk me. The cops is jicky, they spot the blicky and try and get me. My pops a Willie said give her 50, she pop a kitty. He bad boy and he pop a really, this not a picky. See my committee, block a fishy, it's not an issue. Oh, I'm too lazy to cross roads, if not I'm busy. It's not a mystery who shot Ricky, but we're the difference between the tray and the dough, boy, we bread different. So
hold up. That line right there.
That line is crazy.
Cause it's like he's talking about boys in the hood,
Right.
you know.
But he said, first of all, he said after he went to all the this is not a biggie, iffy, izzy. Then he said something about busy. But then he took us to the crossroads, talking about Busy Bone from Bug Thugs and Harmony.
Yeah. Cool.
Then he comes back to the West Coast because he's already on that West Coast vibe with Eazy-E and all of us. So then he goes to the West Coast and said, who shot?
He says it's not a mystery who shot Ricky.
It's not a mystery who shot Ricky. Go ahead.
But we're the difference. Wait.
it's not a mystery who shot Ricky, but we're the difference between the tray and the dough, boy, we bread.
Between them.
It's not a, see, it's come on, you say the first line, do the second line.
Okay. He said it's not a mystery who shot Ricky.
But bear the difference.
Between
But
yeah.
It's not a mystery who shot Ricky, but we're the difference.
But we're the difference.
Right, but we're the difference between the Dre and the Doughboy. Trey is the character played by
Cuba
Gooding. And Doughboy was played by Ice Cube. Right. So between the Trey and the Doughboy,
but it's like Doughboy, but like
dough in your pocket.
Yeah, money
And cooking to make dough. You need bread. I mean, you make. Anyway, with bread different. This motherfucker. That's what I mean by metaphors and similes. You mix that shit together, motherfucker. You like motherfucker.
Yeah.
You can probably find 10 other definitions to this shit.
Yeah, in that one line.
Give me some more,
It's
man.
not a mystery who shot Ricky, but we're the difference between the tray and the dough, boy, we bread different. So bear witness, this can leave you with head missing. If y'all can hear me, I guarantee you the fans listening. So I be spitting in bar code, nothing left in the tap dog. And after the last call, the bar closed. If I go keep the cigar blow, even Tony Stark knows. Attention is thick as walk me bar souls. But then I mention I'm sick and gotta be hardcore. Hardball, kicking your base, that's what we call for. Money over bimbo, that's what the mob for. Rappers stuck in limbo, cause they was setting the bar low.
Cut, that was the shit you were talking about.
That's the shit right there.
First of all, he said he guaranteed you the feds listening, so that's why he's speaking barcodes. But after this shit, he said the bar closed. This motherfucker crazy on this shit. And also crazy about meth though, he sit there. I love him. He could chain smoke blunts. Like, you know, some people chain smoke cigarettes.
Yeah.
This motherfucker will chain smoke blunts and be just sitting there writing shit, yo. Writing. And next thing you know, and he writes like with like the page look even more fuller than it could fit. Like it's like a bunch of stuff that's all there.
Yeah.
In a certain kind of cursive of his thing.
Cursive graffiti. It's like graffiti.
Yeah,
right?
he writes in graffiti.
Yeah.
He writes his lyrics in fucking graffiti, right? The shit is mad compact together, and when that shit start being deciphered, when he finally gets to say what he wants to say, and it could take, it may take him 3 hours, right?
Yeah, a couple of blunts.
Yeah, maybe a dozen blunts. But the shit comes out to something that fucking stands the test of time, no matter what MC comes or goes. this man has to be represented and respected as one of the top MCs, yo. So let's get some more questions and shit, right? They say this is a Q&A. I'm gonna go right back. I'm gonna go one. We gonna go 1 and 2. You first, go, bro. Yo, you in the front of you. Go ahead. Yeah, you.
Yeah, you.
It's Gary. I did your Fishy Snacks album cover.
Oh, what up, Gary? That's you? Hey, what up, bro? This guy's a great artist and shit.
Oh, that's Gary. That's Gary Alford.
Make sure you see us after the show, buddy. No questions for you though. Let's go behind him for the question.
Yeah, back there.
That's your question. Oh shit. You read this guy's mind. The question is, are there any more ODB verses held back? Very, very, very little. Very little. Unfortunately, we didn't get a lot of material out of him. You know, he gave us his soul, though. We all got to agree to that. But we don't have a lot of ODB stuff in the vaults. At maximum, I think we'll probably be able to pull about 5 songs at maximum. And they're, it's part of an estate now. It's part of a whole bunch of different kind of business to get to it. But hopefully we'll unlock that vault and get some of that stuff out to the world because it belongs out here. Where we at? Let me get another one. Let me go closer right here, my man.
You have a Wu-Tang manual that's working hours 7 o'clock. Did you do the same on this album?
Say it again, sorry.
In the Wu-Tang manual, you had a working hour at 7 o'clock. Did you do the same with the new album?
But you mean starting work at 7? No, actually, a lot of the work on this album fell on his hands and shit. So I guys need. I'm gonna pass the mic to him and let him answer that question. But I'm a more mature man now. I've been finding myself getting tired like 11 p.m. when I'm in bed and shit. Man, I don't know what the fuck is going on. But man,
yeah, making this album, my only regiment was music. That was my only focus. So as soon as I got up, I was on it. I took a break to eat. And I'm back to work. If I'm doing a show, right after the show, I'm right back at it. I got the headphones on and I'm working. I'm going to the hotel to work. So that's what it was.
So no hours. 24/7.
24/7 job.
And let me share something with you real quick, bro. Since I wrote that book, I had a chance to have talk to a lot of other creative forces. And one creative force that gave me some of the best wisdom I think I got for men. It was Sylvester Stallone. He said that from his studies, our testosterone has 2 points of primary most in our bodies, and that's actually from 7 a.m. to 11. You have a lot of testosterone or chi energy in you. But he said there's a second boost that kicks in about 2 in the morning. So I don't know if you've ever been working at 2 in the morning and you get this fucking extra wind and you go into the second wind. Yeah. Well, he said from his studies, you know what I mean?
The boost of testosterone kicking in.
Now I do think, this is going to sound a little weird, but I do notice, and men, we can say that, when you wake up in the morning, you ready for it, right? So that's part of that testosterone building up in its prime time. Hey baby. Okay, back to
any more questions?
Just go right here on nail the head.
Thanks for bringing the proper noise back. Like, it's been a long time. I really appreciate it. I'd like to find out if you guys are going to be doing like a clan tour, world tour. I know you guys are pushing on a bit now.
Look, I can still jump, kid. I can still do what I can do.
Yo, if Meth was here right now, he'd probably be on top of this speaker.
No, but you know what? No, everything has a physical limit. There's no mental or spiritual limit, but physical has its limits. That's why it's physical. But we definitely thinking of, we've been talking, next year, November of next year will mark 25 years of Wu-Tang. And that's a blessing within itself, you know what I mean? We had an interviewer today who was talking to us. He was only 23, and he was a Wu fan. So that's how real it is. And me and the rest of the crew, we've been talking about coming back together and celebrating that with the one final hurrah for chivalry, one world tour, go through, touch everybody we can touch, give back the love that's been given to us, you know what I mean? And then maybe, pick the saddle up, and we'll see. I mean, Wu-Tang is forever, but that don't mean physically, huh? That don't mean the physical guys that started it. It'll have to go down to your children. And I just want to point out something to this gentleman right here. It is a pleasure and a blessing to have you here with your son, yo. Respect, bro. Right. And that's what we mean when we say Wu-Tang is forever, because we know that the work we put in and the expressions that we gave, it transcends space and time. So I appreciate you. I appreciate you, brother. Let's go again. Where we at? Okay, man, find somebody for me. Get some.
Okay, I'm gonna find her right
here. Easy find.
Will we ever get to hear any of the content that's in Once Upon a Time in Shaolin? Before 88 years.
I was 87 now.
Well, how old are you?
23.
You might make it. It's a long way, long way. A lot of people really got pissed off at me about that too. I'm not going to be shy to say it. But please understand the cause of this type of action. When you see something that you put so much time and energy to become devalued, I'm going to go a little off script here. I know we have some corporate people here, but I want to point something out for you guys to think about, right? And first I'm going to thank Rough Trade for still being a place you could come and buy. You could come in here, we can see each other. You could meet your fans or your colleagues or people that's into the same thing you are. And you might even get a date after tonight, you know what I mean? But when music got devalued, right, the first time it happened was with Napster. And nobody made a big issue of it. It's a young college guy and a bunch of college kids just sharing music with each other, right? But what happened is millions of records got shared, traded, and basically distributed to millions of people. And the artists got no royalties, no royalties or compensation for it, right?
Sound exchange.
Now, if you think about that, and then this one individual who did this, he gets $1 billion. So that means that even if every artist would only got $10,000, at least it would have spread back to the community of artists who created the music, so they could do what? Create more music. It takes time and money to make music, okay? So now we take all that money and we give it to one individual. And you've seen a lot of artists disappear because they have no more economics. But then it happens again. It happened about 3 times in the history over the last 15 years, where that which belonged to the masses is put into the hands of one. And therefore the creators of it are now left to dry. That's a big issue. And I appreciate everybody downloading music and having the chance to have access to it. But if you're going to pay $300, $400 for your headphone, you're going to pay $700 for your phone, and yet one of your major uses for your phone or your iPod or your Zune or whatever device you use is for the music, why not pay $1 for the music? And that's where we lost it at. And so Once Upon a Time in Shaolin was taking the idea to put value back into music and putting it into a form that's like, you know what? We're going to treat it like a painting. We're going to treat it like something that should be dear and precious to people. And I think it achieved that. So I definitely didn't, I definitely took the punishment or the punches from everybody. It was like, what the fuck, you fucking elitist bastard. And I'm cool with that. I can live with that. You know why? Because the point was showed. And even with Mr. Scarelli, who he's suffering his own trial and tribulation for what he did in life. But he did one thing that was interesting. He put it on eBay. Pissed me off again, of course. But he had a paragraph that says, I bought the single album because as a gift to Wu-Tang, because he respected what we've done over the years. And he wants to put value back in the music, and he wants to see if anybody else in the world values music as much as he did. And when the value went from $10,000, which I was like, I was embarrassed, right? But it made it up to $1 million. And to me, that means that even public people in the world do value music, and I appreciate that. So I'm gonna move on from there. Anyway, that was a deep question. That was like a fucking essay, right? All right, let's go. Let's give me something light.
Have you ever been to Pakistan?
No, but I got my partner Mustafa Sheikh from Pakistan. He's a partner on 36 Chambers. So we got some of that Pakistani money invested into this shit. You know what I mean? He's telling me all about the Desi people and everything. The Desi. He's schooling me on some shit. He got a bigger afro than me. What the fuck is that all about? You got your afro out, Moose? Come on up here for a minute. Take it out for us. This is Mustafa Sheikh. Is my partner in 36 Chambers. Young smart man. Attended Berkeley. And caught the Wu spirit and wanted to join a company that had a positive message. So we made 36 Chambers. Vegan lifestyle as well. Not trying to hurt no more animals and shit. We let the other people do that. And he's a good man. He's a representative. You had one of your brothers say I had to bring you up here so you can say hello and shit. You want to say hi to him?
Hello, brother. And I know there's a lot of you guys in London. Like Hounslow, I got tons of cousins out there. So I know we run deep in London. You know, like colonization.
Colonization work?
Yeah, you kind of come over. But thank you guys for coming out.
Thank you, Moose. Okay, he gotta take me to Pakistan. He promised he's gonna take me and shit. Who else we got? Okay, from mathematics.
Mathematics. Listen, you created something that more people I see every day wear on the chest. I wear it on my arm. You created this. What does that mean to you, man? You created probably the most famous symbol, famous logo in the whole world.
Wow. That's that, yeah. Yeah, he's
mathematics. He's talking about mathematics. Being the creator, designer of the Wu-Tang logo. The W.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, it feels great, man. You know, I'm just glad people recognize it and see it like that.
Not
you
to
know?
take anything away from your music as well.
Yeah.
Have to accept it.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. he could give us a book on it, you know what I mean? But there's a...
Did you want to know something specific about it, or?
Yeah, go for it now.
No, I'm asking you. You asked the question.
How did you come up with it?
All right, somebody said, how long did it take?
It took one night. One night.
Okay, tell us about that night.
Well, RZA hit me up and was like, yo, I need a logo tomorrow. I said, word? I said, all right, I got you. Hung up. Right? I went to the store, right?
Went to the store.
I got me a cold 40 ounce of Old English 800.
Now, that's the strongest malt liquor you could buy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Old Gold. That's what we called it. Then I got me a Philly Dutch. I mean a Philly blunt.
Philly blunt. That's a cigar that we would cut open and take out the inside
and put that nice weed. I got some chocolate tie for 121 in Suffolk. And Southside Jamaica Queens.
Southside Jamaica Queens. That's where the Jamaicans be, you know.
Then I took it to my spot. I was living in 40 projects at the time, Southside, Jamaica Queens. I drunk that cold 40. I smoked that blunt. Yeah, a little bit of that. Then I took out the black book, and I got me a pencil, and I started drawing. So then the next day. So we wanted, I need this logo bad. It was actually first the logo of my company, Wu-Tang Production. I gave him $400 to do this. And it was half my rent money. Right? So we came to his job the next day looking for it. It was me, Power, Ghostface Killer, and my brother Divine, who are the executives, the executive producers of, you'll see 36 Chambers, you'll see the executive producers of all the first 5 Wu-Tang albums was me, Oliver Grant, Dennis Coles, who's Ghostface, and Divine Diggs, my brother. So we are the ones who are the executive producers of that. So all executives, right? And remember, these are executives with hoodies. Yeah,
it's not
hoodies,
like, it's not no 3-piece suit executives. Simple as hoodies coming to his job, looking for the logo, right, with that walk.
Yeah, where you at?
And when we saw it,
yeah, I grabbed it because I seen everybody else at the job turn. I'm this way. I see everybody turning like, what the fuck is these? Yeah, and I see how they look, and so I was like, oh, those my brothers. yeah. So I just went. I went and got the black book. I brought it to him and I showed it to him, and it's like, you know, yeah, they all looked at it, passed it along. Seemed like this, though. Yeah, it's like, yo, this is it. This is it. And
Yep.
yeah, that was
Bong,
it.
and the rest is history, yo. So if you want to, you can take a moment to thank Allah Mathematics for designing that and crafting that.
Give a shout out to 121 and something for the best chocolate chai queens at that time.
What else we got? Let's get some on this side of it, man. What you got, bro?
So, art and film play a lot of role in your guys' work here. I was wondering what recent artworks inspired you.
You said art plays an important part in the work. This album, well, once again, this album has a unique story for the album artwork. Why don't you talk to us about that for a bit?
Well, I always been like dealing with hip hop. You have breakdancing, popping, which is b-boying, but you know you got the DJ, you got the MC, but you also got graffiti. Graffiti is a foundation, one of the foundation blocks of hip hop, and I dig graffiti. That's what led me to do the Wu-Tang logo, because he knew I did that. So I always appreciated graffiti. When I go certain places over here in Europe, I see some nice graffiti, I be like, yeah, that's dope. So I want the album cover to like represent that as well. I wanted to show like this is hip hop right here, all around the board, not just I wanted to make a complete album that when you hear it, you can listen to it from beginning to end. But I also want you to get the cover, open it up. I want you to get everything that came along with it. So I went back to a graffiti artist named Gano. He's from Staten Island.
Yeah,
And yeah.
I mean, they may know Gano's work. If you ever watch any old Wu-Tang videos, you'll see all that Can It Be So Simple pieces, all those early pieces that's in our videos. Gano was the graffiti artist. Yep, Gano Grills. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. He was an actor too. He was on a couple.
Oh, he did some movies, everything.
And, yeah.
He's supposed to be in Man with the Iron Fist, but I didn't fly him to China, and he's pissed the fuck off about that. But that's why he's mad at me, right?
No, I know that.
Yeah, he's mad at me. I told him, look, man. Anyway, so he went and got, even though he's a graffiti artist himself, he went and got a classic graffiti artist from Staten Island who's always been part of Wu-Tang history, and he brought him in to help do this album cover.
Yeah, what I found out on this trip when we doing press is that he was also up to do the Wu-Tang logo.
Yeah. When I first wanted the logo, I said, Gano, I need a logo. I got $400, but let's see what you come with. And I had another graffiti guy named Lask, and they both did not succeed in giving me the proper logo. The proper logo came from Queens, New York, from Allah Mathematics.
Yeah. And those was dudes that I respected for their craft. I didn't even know that I was in competition with them.
Yeah, I do a lot of secret shit. I got secret albums and shit, secret.
Can I ask a question real quick?
Yeah.
DJ over here and all that. Yeah. Basically, let's take it back to the start. How did you basically convince the 8 other members to believe in your 5-year plan without telling them the plan?
Good question. One thing that was real is that the Wu brothers knew that I was intelligent. They knew that I had foresight, and insight. And, I tried to describe the plan. It wasn't like I didn't I tried to describe it, but the gist of it was like, look, because we live off our word, and our word is our bond. And it says a man should give his life before his word shall fail. And so I gave them my word that if because the Wu-Tang is all alphas. There's no fucking beta gammas. Everybody's an alpha. Everybody's a general. And so in order to get these 8 generals to bear witness to me, bear witness to the plan of the abbot, I asked them to give me 5 years of basically dictatorship. Give me 5 years and I promise we're going to be number 1. And I had the inspiration and the foresight and vision to see that. And they said, you know what? We're going to give you the 5 years. We're going to give you those 5 years, Abbott.
Hey, what's that? What?
Well, that was 1992. Okay, that was November 1992. In 1997, we released Wu-Tang Forever. Number 1. Number 1. In multiple countries. Okay, so the vision was pure, and we lived it out. I just want to add on to that just real quick, right? Sometimes somebody's going to have a vision, right? And people don't always listen. There's a great book called the Bible when Noah was talking to people for hundreds of years. Like, yo, I'm telling you, we got to build the ark. It's going to be a big storm. They're in the middle of the desert. They're like, man, it don't gonna rain over here. It don't rain over there in the Middle East like that. They feeling like, right?
What's Noah smoking?
But Noah, yeah, that's what exactly. But Noah see it. He see it, yo. And those who saw it along with him, they entered that ark. But those who didn't, he had to close the door behind them. You know what I mean? So be conscious when somebody amongst your crew, because it's going to be always somebody who's the best knower. You don't wait for no statue to talk to you, or no mystery bird to whisper to you. You know, you see stories like that in the old ancient texts, you know, about people, you know, hearing certain voices. The only time you're going to hear a voice is if you're somewhere high in the mountain by yourself, you hear a voice in your head. Okay? Of course.
What the fuck am I doing?
But don't take it. Don't think no statue going to speak on no Hercules Zeus mythology. You know what I mean? It's going to come from somebody amongst you. And when that person says something that your heart gets that first inspiration, like, you know what? I feel it. Go with that, yo, because that can be the salvation. And for the Wu-Tang, you know, I wasn't a brother that bullshitted none of them. My reputation was good. You know, I never cheated none of them, lied to nobody. They didn't know me for none of that. All they know me for was that, yo, when Rakim comes through, it's always something positive. You know what I mean? Or if you need some help, he could be like not involved and he'll jump in and help you. You know what I mean? Ghostface, the type of dude, he'll cut his sandwich in half and give you half. Good men. You know what I mean? And they bear witness. So that's the answer to your question, bro.
Thank you very much.
Who we at? Now, choose again. You choose someone.
Sound engineer over it. Can I get a question? I've got a mic. I've got a mic.
Who that?
So I got a mic.
I've got a mic. Sound engineer.
Oh, back here. Alright. Sound engineer there.
Yeah. I play your album weekly, so I love your stuff. So, how do you think the difference between going from studios to home recording? How do you think that's working out?
Say it again?
Going from big studios to home studios, how do you think that's working out?
You mean as far as technology being available like that?
Yeah.
I think that's great because now the power of creativity can actually fall into the hand of the individual. You don't have to wait for somebody to turn the power on, to adjust your mic. That's powerful. But don't be deluded, you know. I would say 90% of every major song you hear, not 90%, but let me say 80%, is still done in the studio. So it's good, you know, now the creative power of a person can be with your laptop, a USB microphone, and you can get your major ideas out. And you may even get a major hit out of that. I mean, Wu-Tang had less equipment on some of our earlier recordings, so you may get a major hit. But a studio still is built for the acoustic, professional place to make music. So I would say if you can build up yourself to have enough economics to go into a studio, even if you did all your demos first at home, it would be still wise to go to a studio and get a chance to hear it loud in the big speakers, to hear all the nuances that you wouldn't normally hear in your headphones or in your home monitors, and also to get the chance to get some of that studio power wattage pushing your music. I think that's healthy.
Yeah,
I think we got time for, let's say, one or two more questions. He put up, oh, he left. All right, two more.
I do it right here already before the sound engineer cut him with the mic. Yeah, what's up? What you? Nah, I was talking about dude right here in the gray hoodie.
No, yeah, Fourth Disciple, you know, for a long time was one of the smartest kids on the production. He actually used a machine called the W30, which is a very difficult machine to use. Yeah, very difficult keyboard to produce with. I think Eric Sermon also had that as his choice of weapon. He actually did produce something recently for Wu-Tang. He produced 2 songs on Better Tomorrow. If you hear the song called Necklace, and if you hear the song called Miracles, both of those are produced by him. So And Fourth Disciple is one of my favorite. Mathematics just right now he's slam dunking it. You know what I mean? So Fourth got to go sharpen his sword and come back because Math got the belt right now.
Fourth is a part of the reason too why I'm sharp as I am.
Right.
Heavy and true master. And expected that.
And expected. We're gonna take and silver rings, yo. We're gonna take the last question from this young man right here.
What's your favorite
But you come up here, let him come up here.
What's your favorite album, RZA?
My favorite album, I'll say from the Wu-Tang Clan, is called Wu-Tang Forever. What's your name? Noah? Whoa! We want to thank y'all for coming out tonight. We're going to keep the music playing. Enjoy yourself. This wasn't a performance. I guess you guys know that I'm not taking my shirt off. But before we go, let me get that single off the album. I just want to hear that one time loud in these speakers. Yo, Wu-Tang Forever, man. We really love and respect y'all for everything you do for us. Well, Trey, keep doing it. Keep it big. My name is RZA, Wu-Tang. I love mathematics.
If one of them is so ferocious, don't worry about it. The disciples are now well aware of the fact that my goal was invisible. Not
I'm a product of the block. Used to cook the product in the pot. Add soda, turn the product in the rock. It's in my DNA. You see, it started with my pops. And this heyday, he probably put your father in a box. In my heyday, I probably put the product in my sock. Ain't no vacating. The crops become a problem when it's hot.